move your life forward in the most positive way using astrology? Then let's talk about the astrological patterns for March 2012. Let's begin with the full moon in Virgo on March 8th. Now, the Virgo full moon is a great time to ask yourself if you are engaged in healthy habits. Are you exercising enough? How's your diet? What do you need to do to clean up your life internally and externally? Now, this is also going to be supported by the fact that Mars is retrograde in Virgo. I've talked about this in many different videos. Mars stays in Virgo until the summer months. So we have a prolonged period to get everything in our life organized. But particularly on this full moon, ask yourself about your habits regarding your own personal health. Take it to a new level right now. Now, the full moon is followed by Mercury turning retrograde on March 12th. Mercury stays retrograde for 3 weeks, so it'll turn direct in early April. What's interesting about this Mercury retrograde is that it's happening the same time that Mars is retrograde, and there is such a wonderful opportunity here to redo something, and that's what you do when Mercury is retrograde. It is time to restructure and reorganize your thinking, how you approach life. It is important right now for you to engage in new patterns of thinking. It's so incredibly powerful to say what you want right now and to start a new pattern of communication so you avoid saying what you don't want and you focus on what you want. You will notice during this retrograde period that if you focus on changing your communication patterns so that they are more positive, the payoff is big in April. And there is an incredibly potent time in March. Between about the 19th and the 22nd of March, we have a lineup between the Sun, the Moon, and Mercury. Now, in my next new moon video, I'll be discussing what that means on a more detailed level. But for now, what I want to talk about is the fact that everything you start when Mercury is retrograde will build up and be very powerful around the 19th to the 22nd. And that's when your excitement should be building about new things that you want to create in your life. This is when you need to be doing the research. This is when you need to allow inventive ideas to flow through you. Also, we need to talk about Jupiter. Jupiter is transiting in Taurus and has spent about the last 6 months in the first 10 degrees of that sign. Finally, it is now starting to charge through the last 20 degrees of the sign, which means if you were born between May 1st and May 19th, or if you have planets between 10 and 29 degrees of Taurus, you're going to go through a gigantic expansion. It's going to move very quickly. You need to embrace and move forward, start something new, expand your life. It's a lucky time when Jupiter hits your Sun or a major planet in your chart. With both Mercury and Mars retrograde in March, it's a seed planting time. We're doing a lot of internalization and inner work, and those seeds will sprout and germinate in April. So please join me for the April 2012 forecast. Thank you. I'm Kathy Rose.